Hello everybody, nice to meet you online. Um, we are going to present you an incredible program, uh, full English in Marseille, where you can have a real impact on the world by working in the environmental field and to get a real good job after this master. So welcome. We are going to begin. Professor Boiron will join us in a second. So let's go. So we are going to present you the speakers of today. So Professor Olivier Boiron, who is the founder and creator of this program. Olivier Boiron, 1 minute, I send him the link.
No, it's okay. I did it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm going to put my slides in a better way. Okay, so let's go again. So the speaker of today will be Olivier Boiron, who is joining us now. Anna Farah, who is an alumni of the program, working now in France, thanks to this program. We will hear also Hamid, who will present is currently a student in the second year, and he will explain his background and the life in Central Marseille. And then Alice Rajo will explain you everything on the application process, how to apply and to contribute and participate to this incredible program. So we will begin by a quick presentation of the school and of the master. 1 minute, Olivier is calling. Oui, Olivier? Alice m'a dit, c'est un mail du 16. Ouais. Sorry for this small inconvenience. So Olivier Boiron is coming. So the school and the master, then student life. Why this program is a real career booster, all you need to know to apply. And then we will have time for question and answer to answer your specific question regarding your personal situation or more general about the master, about studies in France when you're an international student. So where we are in the world. Olivier, you are here? Olivier, okay. In the world, we are in France, so in the middle of Europe, and Central Marseille is in the south of France, so it's a very strategic situation. Yes, but mute. Oui, demute, Olivier. Because it's in the south on the Mediterranean coast, and it's a very strategic situation to be in the heart of Europe, and Europe can be in the heart of the world. And we are 3 hours, 3 hours 15 from Paris, thanks to the high-speed train. So now we are going to hear about Olivier, and he will present the program. Olivier, everything is fine for you?
Yeah. I just finished my lesson. Right now. You're gonna kill me, but it's okay.
Okay, perfect, Olivier. So put your maybe video just a little better to have your full face on the screen. Yeah. Wonderful, Olivier. So Olivier is talking from Morocco, Casablanca, where he's teaching today. So thank you to be here. And now the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. So as Veronique said, I'm a professor in fluid mechanics, and I have some research topics about biomechanics also, fluid mechanics in a broad way, biomechanics, environmental engineering, and things like that. So I'm the head of this program of complex system engineering, and I'm the head also of this track about environmental engineering, but I will explain later a bit. Okay. So, alors, as you understand, we are a group of, in France, 5 central schools. We have, in fact, one in Marseille, so in the south of the country, one in Lyon. Probably the oldest one is the Central Supélec, located in Paris. I think that the school has been created by Napoleon, so more than 200 years ago. So Central Lille in the northern part of the country, and Nantes on the western coast. Three, in fact, foreign antenna, if I can say. One located in Beiyang, in University of Beiyang in Beijing, in China. One in India, at Mahindra, at Debarad, if I said well. And where I am today, at Central Casablanca, where I teach also heat transfer and fluid mechanics. Okay. So, with this school, we share a lot of things. In fact, if you can go back, please, Véronique. We share a lot of things, and what we share is our philosophy, finally, of engineering studies, where we try to train the students with scientific and technical knowledge. And so it means with a strong background in math, physics, chemistry. So it's relatively demanding programs, but also with management, with an hands-on experience in industry. So the students have several placements in industry. And of course, also we try, in fact, it's not, we don't try because it's mandatory. The students have to go abroad during a minimum 6 months in order to have an international experience too. Okay. So we can go next, please. So if we look at Central Mediterranean, we are not so old than Central Supélec. But our story is complicated in the way that, in fact, Central Mediterranean is a union of 4 older schools of engineering, but specialized in physics, mechanics, and applied mathematics, chemistry, and I have to say electrical engineering. And 2 of these schools have been created, I think, 100 years ago. Okay, and in fact, all of these schools create Central Mediterranean into K3. So it explains why we have a so huge number of alumni. You see, it's more about now than 15,000 alumni all over the world. Actually, on the Marseille campus, we have almost 1,000 engineering students, something like just 50 PhD students, but I will explain you later that it's really higher than this. And you see the value for the academic staff, administrative, and so on. What is important is, I'll go back to this also, is that it's a very international campus. We have more than 25 nationalities right now, because we have double degree exchange program with, I think, more than 60 universities all over the world. Okay. So since 2 years ago, I think, we opened a new campus in the city of Nice, where we have, in fact, we try, in fact, to start several programs. Also, we have program in digital science, computer science, I have to say, and also a track of this master in complex system engineering, but dedicated to urban design. So next. Hello. Hello, hello. Yeah. Thank you.
Tu as la slide
So, yeah. slide graduate program. We offer several graduate programs in Central Mediterranean. We have the engineering studies program, which is a part, and we have several master programs and this program of complex system engineering. So this program is, in fact, has 3 tracks, one dedicated to environmental engineering, one to biomedical, and as I said, one located in Nice about urban design. And we have also an institution diploma in artificial intelligence. It's also located in the city of Nice. And we have also other masters. I have to say normal masters dedicated to one specific topics. For instance, math or signal processing or image processing, things like that. And these master programs are shared with, and so it means co-accredited with Aix-Marseille University, which is the university of Marseille, the city of Marseille. We have also, this master, as all master of complex system engineering, are accredited by the government. So it means by the higher education ministry. But it's also possible in France and in Europe to have a specialized diploma that are not accredited by the higher education ministry, but by other national agency. And it's the case for the 2 masters that you have here that are really specialized and more dedicated to people that are already engineers. So we have one in cybersecurity and one in marine energy. We have also a double degree in management with the School of Véronique. So it's an MBA, I think, in administration, located in Aix-en-Provence, not far from Marseille. So, research is probably one of the most important points at Central Mediterranean regarding, in fact, the other École Centrale, because due to our history, so I remind you that it's the union of several engineering schools, but specialized. So we have a really wide fields of research with mechanics, math, chemistry, physics. So you see there is a lot of things here. And it's explained why we have a so huge number of researchers. It's more about, right now, I think, 500 researchers, just for the labs that are legally associated, if I can say, to Central Mediterranean. For instance, in mechanics, just go back, in mechanics, we have 3 labs. My lab, IRFE, which is about field mechanics and nonlinear mechanics. LMA, which is more about structural mechanics and acoustics. And M2P2, which is more about numerical simulation modeling and chemical engineering, I have to say. Okay. So, move next. What is probably also very different in engineering school like us than in a university is a relationship with a corporate. Because finally, when you are at the university, you can go really in different area, administration, research, education, and also, of course, in corporates. But in an engineering school, everybody go to work usually in corporates. So it explains that we have a close relationship with corporates because they explain what are their needs. They offer, in fact, to our students a lot of placement for internships and so on. And so it's really a big opportunity for the students, including the foreign students, to find, in fact, really interesting internships in many, many diverse areas. So, it's not my favorite scheme to explain the French higher education system, which is a complex system, if I can say. But in fact, the idea here is to explain you that in France, you have 2 separate ways. One way for the engineering studies, which are a bit different than elsewhere in the world, because in fact, during 2 years, which correspond to the 2 first years of a bachelor, the students have a training really specialized and hard, I have to say, in only math, physics, and chemistry. Then they have a national competitive exam at the end of year 2. And if they success to this exam, they can go to an engineering school like us, where during 3 years, a dedicated program in engineering. And at the end, they obtain the degree of engineering from the National Agency of Engineering in France. So at the university, and for this master, it's the case also, the way is a little bit different because you have usually 3 years for a bachelor and then 2 years for a master. So this master complex system engineering, you see, is year 4 and year 5 of the engineering program. And what is really interesting to you is without having this competitive exam at the end of the second year, you will share, I think, more than between a third and 1/2 of the course of the engineering studies. Okay? At the end, you obtain a master degree, and for you, it's possible to go to work, of course, in a company, or to pursue your studies for a PhD. Okay? Yeah. Alors, now, what's about the complex system engineering? So this complex system engineering master is dedicated to face, in fact, a lot of issues that we'll have now, the humankind, as I have to say, have to face, especially in environmental engineering right now. You know, all the problems that we have with the climate change and with a lot of problems that are connected to this climate change. And so you understand easily that it's not easy, in fact, to find a solution for this problem in a second. And so in order to try to find an issue, you have, in fact, to have an in-depth engineering knowledge. Usually, this solution involves conflicting technical issues. So you have to make a kind of optimization of the solution. And you have, unfortunately for us, not obvious solution. Okay. So our program, as I explained before, is accredited by the Higher Education Agency. For you, it's really important because it's open for you all the possibility of recognition of this program everywhere in the world. Okay, so it means that with this master program, you can apply for a PhD everywhere in the world. So we can move, I think. Alors, I have to say that, so if you can go back just to explain, national accredited master in France are defined by a kind of regulation, and so the number of hours teach to the students is relatively small, okay? And it's not easy for us to train the students in the way we want to train the students, for instance, by learning professional skills and things like that. It's why we add to this national master degree another diploma, which is our own diploma, which is a kind of certification about the fact that you have the required skills for industrial engineering. So it means project management, language, and many things like this. So finally, it means that finally, at the end, you obtain not one, but 2 diplomas, one for the national master degree and one from the École Centrale diploma. So 3 specialized tracks. So we focus today on the environmental engineering track, okay, which is engineering for land use planning, finally. Alors you will see. So this, if you can move, please. This environmental engineering track is mostly dedicated to water and energy. Okay, it's the two main topics that we are looking for during this 2 years program. Alors, so you see here you have the volume of lesson and courses. So you see that, as I said, it's relatively huge because you have something like more than 1,100 hours of lesson during these 2 years. So for a master program, normally it's more about 600, 800. Okay, so it means that it's really demanding, especially in science. Because you're an engineer, you're a centralien, you will be a centralien, and so a centralien, as I explained before, have a really good knowledge in science. So you will have also a big part about soft skills, projects, seminars. Projects are really useful for you in order to learn how to work with other people than you, okay, to manage a team, things like that. And you have also one language mandatory. So for you, for most of you, it's about French. Okay? So all the program is teaching English. And what is probably also really interesting for you, if you can go back, please, Véronique, it's, yes, the 8 months of internships. So it means that you have a position in one of the companies that I explain you later that are in a relationship with us. Okay. So, alors, I cannot read everything, but as I said, you have so a 2-year program, a complete program, with an in-depth learning of everything what is useful for an engineer working in the field of environmental engineering. So a lot of things about water, management, hydraulics, asset management, sorry, pollution, environmental monitoring. So everything really useful for kind of engineer. So if you can move to this one. Alors, what is really interesting is that, just go back, please, sorry. During the first year, you have so 2 months of what we call propedeutics. So it means that it's a kind of reminder of what is really important regarding, in fact, some scientific knowledge. So I think that the end of the lesson is about end of November. And from December to end of January, you will have your first internship in a lab. So it's mandatory. So we have many labs all around us. And so the idea is to have a first experience with research, how to make a report, how to present your work, and things like that. Okay. Second semester starts in February to the end of May, where you start your second internship here in a company during 2 weeks. 2 months, sorry, or 3 months, so 8 weeks or 12 weeks. Okay. The main difference is that in France, it's difficult when you have an internship for more than 2 months. It's mandatory to pay you, so you will receive a salary. So for the second year, you have the first semester starting from September to end of March. And so you will have a lot of courses shared with the engineering track of Central Marseille. And at the end of the first semester, so end of March, you start your master thesis. And your master thesis is in a lab or in a company, it's your choice. And it's mandatory to have a 4-month at least internship and maximum 6 months. As I explained, the rule is that it's more than 2 months, so it means that you will be paid during this internship. And there is a minimum salary, it's about 600 euros per month. But usually, I have to say, all students easily find an internship paid more about 1,000 and more, sometimes per month, 1,000 euros per month. Yes. So, alors, example of environmental engineering. I love this picture because it's what we call the land use or the land cover. It's not exactly the same, but the idea is the same. It's a picture, an image taken by a satellite. And the idea is to find what is the use, in fact, of the land. And so the color here are directly connected to the use of the land. So, for instance, in pink, you have urban area. In green, you have forest. In something like, I think, red, it's industrial area and things like that. Okay, and so it's really important to obtain that kind of information for many things. For instance, like me, if you are interested by pollution dispersion, you need to know what is what we call the land roughness. And so land roughness is directly proportional to the use of the land. If you are working in land planning for instance, the mayor of the city, you need to know also where it is possible to have a road, to have, I don't know, trains and things like that. And so that kind of map is really useful for a lot of people. How to work with, how to build, in fact, this picture. You take, in fact, satellite imaging, as I said, many images in several wavelengths. And by using artificial intelligence, you train, in fact, a neural network to recognize the urban area. So here you have an idea of all the knowledge that you need as an environmental engineer to work with that kind of information. So here it's also important to have a connection to the real world. So here you have, for instance, a problem of pollution here. And this connection inside the master program is achieved by many professional engineers and also researchers that are coming at the university to teach you their knowledge, their skills, their competencies, and I think the most important, their experience, own experience regarding some topics, important topics for you. So right now we have 22 students. Alors, you see that it's not bad. We have 6 women and 16 men. I have to say that for engineering studies in France, it's really good because usually it's more than 20%, less than 20% of women, I think, for engineering studies. So average age is about 25 because you have usually a bachelor studies for 4 or 5 years, depending upon your country, and sometimes work experience. So it explains what you have 25 or more. And we have right now more than 10 nationalities inside this program. What are the best academic programs? So it's, of course, you understand a bachelor in science, which is important. So whatever, if I can say, whatever will be the science. So we accept chemistry or biochemistry, water and civil engineering, environmental engineering, biomedical engineering, naval architecture engineering, etc. So it means that you need to have a good knowledge in basic science. So it means applied math, physics, mechanics, and things like that. So, alors, about the internship, which is, you understand, really important in that master program because it's more than 8 months over 24. So it means 1/3. And so, for instance, in labs, you can have many different kinds of internship, and we can somewhere tailor something for you because we have many topics. So, for instance, we have things about acoustics and sound absorber. Alors, unfortunately, it's not in Fresnel Lab, but in LMA. Fresnel Lab is about photonics, but it's not a problem. So we have also hysteresis phenomena between dripping and jetting regimes in microchannels. So it's more fundamental, but it's in two. And we have things about, for instance, biomedical engineering in the Institute of Sciences du Mouvement, which is located in the southern part of the city. So in companies, as I said, we have many companies. I think that Anna, just after me, will explain you where he did his internship. So you can work. Alors, I think that it's really probably the most important things for you. Central is really famous in France and in Europe, I have to say. So our engineer and the quality of our engineer are really well known by everyone in companies. And so it's not so difficult to find, even if you don't speak a word of French, to find an internship in these companies. For instance, here, so you have some example of placement of our students. So right now, 100% of our students find a job after their graduation. And I have to say that the brand Central play great here, okay, to help the student for that. The average gross annual salary is not bad. You see, it's not well, it's equivalent to engineer, I have to say. And you can, with this master, you can have a really many different kind of job. You can work in project management because you have skills, as I have to say, with the Central Marseille diploma. About professional skills, project management and things like that, team management and things like that. And you have also the possibility to work more in techniques or in science, for instance, in energy, in water, in many fields. Thank you so much.
So thanks a lot, Olivier, for this incredible presentation of the Groupe École Centrale of your school in Central Méditerranée and all the degree and the specific master's degree in environmental engineering and management. So you can see that promotions, the cohort are small. That means that you have a lot of links with the faculty. It's a human size school and you can find a job very easily after this master. So thank you a lot, Olivier, for your dedication and time while you are teaching in Morocco. There are some questions in the chat we are going to answer, of course, because we are here for that. Just before, we are going to hear about the experience of Anna, who is now graduated and working in France thanks to this program. Anna, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here and participate with you. So first of all, let me introduce myself. So my name is Hanna Farah. I come from Lebanon, Beirut. I came here to France in September 2021. Thank you, Veronica. Next, please. So I came from Beirut, as said, and I'm 27 years old. So at the base, I'm a civil and environmental engineer. So I graduated in 2019 from Notre Dame University, Lebanon, holding a bachelor degree in civil and environmental engineering. And I was a member in the American Society of Civil and Environmental Engineers for more than 5 years. So I chose the master's in complex systems engineering, track environmental engineering in Marseille. That's why I came to France. So why I chose Central Méditerranée? First of all, Central is one of the best engineering schools in France, as said by Mr. Olivier Boiron. Second of all, it's welcoming to international students from all around the world. And lastly, there is a partnership between Central Méditerranée and the university I was with the RMEI, which is the network of Mediterranean engineering schools. So why I chose this master specifically? First of all, as a civil and environmental engineer, I was really interested in environment and in environment-related topics. And I had the dream to handle the worldwide challenges and be an efficient member in solving the climate change or help in solving this global issue or problem we have nowadays. Thirdly, this international program is fully taught in English, and this was I looking for a few years ago because I was really comfortable in English more than French. In addition to this, I was really interested in a lot of courses in this master's program, like data science, environmental engineering, chemical engineering, energy, and all what is related to renewable energies and energy efficiency. In addition to that, I was really interested in internships and a lot of conferences also were a point of my interest. Okay, here I want to describe a little bit about the life at Central Mediterranean, starting from attending major classes, then moving to labs and practical works, and attending a lot of seminars and conferences. And I want to talk also a little bit or show a few images about the language classes and the events and the trips that held by Central Mediterranean each year. So here we can see some photos of attending some classes in the regular classrooms or in the computer centers. Here we can see some pictures of our labs and the practical works in the laboratories near the university. Then we can see some pictures of attending some conferences and the language class. For me, it was French. We get, as we said, Monsieur Olivier, we are obliged to attend the language class. It can be French, English, or other languages. Okay. Here we can see the events that I attended at Central Mediterranean. There is a lot of musical events, including dancing, performing, a DJ, etc. And here we can see a meal from the cruise, what we eat every day during the lunch break at the university. Here we can see some trips organized by the university. Most of these trips are educational trips and visiting something related to environment or some organizations or some educational trips mainly with a lot of activities. Okay, and concerning the internships, these are the two internships I made during the first year. So the first one was a 2-month internship. I did it in a lab called IRFE near the university. Okay, this internship was in 3D modeling of structures and buildings. Then the second internship I did in a company, it was a 3-month internship. So I did this internship in the subject of data science and water management. Okay, and after this, I found what really interested me, and it is the renewable energy. So and the energy overall. So I did my final year internship, which is a 6 months internship in a company called Seal Engineering, located in Nîmes, and it is part of Technip FMC group, which is an oil and gas company. So I did my internship that I did in this company was the structural design of an offshore concrete structure. So at the end of this internship, I was able to develop a code that automates that design with referring to the European building codes and standards such as the DNV code and the Euro code for buildings. I really did a good an excellent work at this company. So the project manager in this company has started a startup company, and he offered me like to sign a contract to work with him. And I accepted this contract, and I became part of Blue Twin, which is a startup company related to renewable and mainly offshore renewable energy. So now I work in the research and development team as an offshore renewable energy engineer. So we are developing now a 20 megawatt floating vertical axis wind turbine, which is really a challenge nowadays. And we are facing many engineering aspects in on our study or in our work. So we're dealing with naval architecture, with hydrostatics and hydrodynamics, a lot of aerodynamics, and a little bit of structural engineering. So we are doing everything related to this project on our own. So being a graduate from Central Mediterranean really helped me in getting in this job. And of course, the skills gained at Central Mediterranean, and especially in the Masters of Complex System Engineering, really helped me to get really involved in the details of this job and gain additional skills like the skills related to renewable energy and especially offshore renewable energy. So here we can see a picture of the graduation ceremony held in Marseille last month. The first picture with Monsieur Olivier, and the second one with some of my colleagues. And I want to say that all of my colleagues who graduated with me found a job and are now working, and all of them are working in Marseille, in Paris, in Nîmes, etc. So I'm really happy for them. So here we can see also some pictures of Marseille, which is a really beautiful and nice city. We can see the beaches, the beauty of the beaches and the sunset, especially at summer. In addition to that, we can see lots of historical monuments and the old port at night. We can also see lots of events and the beauty of nature in these pictures. And here the life in Marseille, the nightlife with my friends from all over the world. Same here. And that's it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me.
Thank you so much, Anna, for your testimony, to share, for your time, and to share your incredible path from Lebanon to do this 2 years master program in Marseille, and now your super job that is exactly in the field and with the content you wanted to be. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And you can see that this program is a real career booster to find a job and to have during those 2 years very good time in Marseille. And it's true that Central Marseille is very specialized. It's very international and multicultural. And being an international student in Marseille is a wonderful time and a place to study. So thanks again, Anna. And now we are going to listen to Hamid. Hamid is a current student. Is currently following the classes. And then we will see how to apply to this incredible program. So Hamid, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. May I start? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hello, everyone. I am Hamid Reza. Okay, yeah, thank you. I am Hamid Reza Azari. I am from Tehran, Iran. I did the Master 1 at Central Mediterranean last year, and I am continuing the Master 2 this year at Central Mediterranean. I am so thrilled, so pleased to have this opportunity to introduce our esteemed University Central Mediterranean to you at this webinar. If I want, next slide, please. Veronique. Can you go to the next slide, please?
Yes, sure. Just trying to find. Sorry, here we are.
Okay, got it. So if I want to give you some information about my background, I did my study at Tarbiyat Madaris University in civil engineering at 2014. And my journey began at TMU, at Modernist Environmental Research Center. It's one of the largest and biggest research center in Iran, Tehran. And after completing my degree, I was always wondering and looking for a multi-type research environment to continue my research journey. So why Central, why Marseille, why France? Before applying for the admission, it was evident that French is associated and is renowned for its academic excellence. So here at Central Marseille, Central Mediterranean, you will find diverse program that can offering you to a new future. And based on a lot of interest, you are able to develop your idea step by step, guide you to starting a startup. You can have your own startup. One other things, it can help you for your dreams to be alive, to be to become true, and you are not going to purchase your study at a traditional education system. At the same time that you are going to develop your language skills. As you know, French is recognized as an official language in 29 countries and also for United Nations. So at the same time that you are going to develop your language skills, you are at interconnected world, but the smallest version. Central Mediterranean is a heart of Technopole. There are so many laboratory research center here and also startups that you are able to interact with a lot of research programs that are already was founded by European Commission. And about the culture, about the weather, we have a lot of sun here. It's not so cold, it's not so hot, and we are in a geopolitical situation in the Mediterranean side, and it can help you to access to new opportunity. Can you, yeah. Why Master of Complex System Engineering? The master is in 2 years, as already we know about it. It's from the introductory to industrial level courses by so many researchers that are coming from the CNRS, CEA. It's the National Center for Scientific Research and Energy Atomic Commissions. The program emphasize your software ability. We are going to learn a lot of things about Python, data science, ArcGIS, the QGIS. That's we are able to evaluate the air pollution with it, and image processing with MATLAB and CIMA Pro that we are going to evaluate the LCA life cycle assessment, and the design that we are able to do with the CATIA. That's a lot of researchers that came from the industry like Dassault System, and we are able to learn a lot about CATIA. And along with general approach, you are going to learn and doing your academic years. So at the end of M2, you are able to solve and understand the complexity of different interdisciplinary challenge. And at the end of this year, you are able to be a global engineer with an international perspective at your life. So we can go to next, please. So about the internship that I have done, it was for last year. I did one at winter. It was in INGAE. It's the National Research Institute for Agriculture, Food and Environment. It was about 2 months. I did a study about the GLOFAST system. It's an early flood warning system in Europe, and the global version of it. And for the summer internship, it was mandatory to do it for 2 months, but I did it more than 2 months, about 3 months, and it was paid for me about, in my case, it was 600 per month. And I did it in the Marseille Astrophysics Laboratory. It was a great opportunity and great experience for me. And it was the third largest laboratory in France in this domain. So can we go next? And for the final internship, the stage de fin d'études, I will do it at the end of this month, the February, and I signed a contract with the SNCF, is the national railway company. It's a paid internship. It's about 6 months. I found this opportunity through from the name is FOSEN. It will be organized each year by the engineering student from the school. And during these 2 years, we have a lot of seminar conferences with companies, with a lot of researchers that are coming from the different national services, and we are able to have networking with them, and it can help us in different level to have a great to find a great opportunity. Next, please. Yeah. So we have a lot of associations in the Central Mediterranean. One of the is ICM, International Central Marseille Association. You can find their page in Facebook. They can share a lot of information about Marseille, about general topics and domains. And if you have any question, feel free to contact me. You can find me easily on LinkedIn just by searching my name, and I will be so happy to share a lot of information, or if you need some help, I would be happy. Thank you so much and have a good day.
Thank you very much, Hamid. It was a very interesting presentation of your time in Marseille. And as usual, it gives a very good opportunity to learn, to meet people, and to behave in this intercultural world. So thanks a lot for Anna and Hamid to share your experience in Marseille. So now we are going to listen to Alice Rajou, who is going to tell you everything about application and do the question and answer session. Alice, the floor is yours.
Yes, I'm going to be quick because we're running out of time. But so I'm Alice. I'm the graduate school program manager. So this is an office which handles this master from from application to graduation. So I'm going to explain you about how you can apply to this master. Regarding the criteria, Olivier told you that you have to have a good scientific bachelor, and you can enter the master in M1, first year of the master, if you have a bachelor degree. But you can also enter the master in M2 if you have validated a master 1 in a scientific field. So if you want to apply to this master, you can send us an email, and my colleague Chiara will answer you and explain you how you can apply for. But you can also go on our website, and you will be able to download the application form that you are seeing on your screen. and you will have to provide the required documents that are listed on this application form, and to send back to us this application form and the documents before June 1st. So basically, there will be some steps in your application until your registration to Centrale Méditerranée. So before June 1st, you will have to send your application. And if you are pre-selected, you will have an interview with the committee jury, the application committee, sorry. In parallel, you will have to apply on Études en France if you are a non-European student. I will talk about that later. And you will have to apply on Mobility Online if you are a student from our partner university. So early June, we will hold an admission jury, and we will send you notifications telling you whether or not you have been awarded the Tiger scholarships. So I will talk about the Tiger scholarship later, but what you have to understand now is as soon as you apply for the master, you apply for the Tiger scholarship. In July, you will have to register, and important, you will have to pay your tuition fees before the end of July, or pay the first installment of your internship, of your tuition fees, sorry, before the end of July. And in August, end of August, you will arrive in Marseille. We will welcome you during the Welcome Week for international students. And the kickoff of the master will be early September. We'll have a small focus on Campus France, Études en France, because it's a very important platform. Campus France is a governmental organization responsible for promoting French higher education around the globe. And basically, you will have to apply on Campus France if you are a non-European student in order to get your visa. So it's important to apply by email to Centrale Méditerranée, but also to apply online on this platform if you are a non-European student and if your country is on the list of the countries covered by Études en France. And in the end, if we accept your application, you will get your visa thanks to Études en France, Campus France. Regarding the tuition fees, so if you are a French or a European student, the master will cost you 6,743 euros per year. And if you are a non-European student, it will be 10,270 euros per year. We have a 50% discount for the students coming from our partners university and from the RMEM, which is the network that Hannah presented before. It's important to note that even if you are a social grant holder or a French government grant holder, you will have to pay 6,400 euros to register to this master, because the tuition fees include tuition fees defined by ministerial decree, which are eligible for the grant, but the 6,500 euros are not eligible for the grant, so you will have to pay for it before entering the master. Regarding the Tiger scholarship, so the Tiger scholarship, it's a 10,000 euros per year scholarship that we deliver to the best students each year. So you will have a 10,000 euros scholarship, and we will book a room in a residence for you. You will have to pay the residence, but we will book this residence for you. So as I said, if you apply to the master, you apply to the Tiger scholarship. And in early June, we will tell you whether or not you are awarded the Tiger scholarship. Important to notice is that even if you are a Tiger scholarship awardee, you will have to pay your tuition fee to register. So this grant does not prevent you for paying the tuition fees, and it's the point is to cover your expenses when you arrive in France, but you have to pay your tuition fees first. There is also the social grant from CRUS. Basically, it's for European students. There is also other financial support from the French government, foreign government scholarships. So my advice is that you go on the Campus France platform of your study of residence, and you look for the scholarships that are you are eligible for if you want to apply to this master in Marseille. And there is also, for the foreign students, you may be eligible for a housing allowance from the CAF. The CAF is the Caisse d'allocation familiale, but you can also only have this housing allowance when you arrive in France. So it will be when you arrive that you will be able to ask for this allowance for accommodation. How much it costs to live in France, in Marseille? In Marseille, it's about 700 or 800 euros per month for the rent, for the meal, for the entertainment, for the transportation. As Olivier Boiron said before, when you will do your internship, your master thesis, in Master 2, you will have gratification. It's compulsory, so it's minimum 600 euros, but it can be more. And after graduation, you might be able to stay to work in France. So the authority issuing visas will provide you with all the relevant information on this matter, but it will be after your studies. And last but not least, when you arrive in France, as I said, at the end of August, you can attend the Welcome Week for international students. So it's not compulsory, but if you want to apply to this master and if you are selected, I strongly advise you to attend this Welcome Week for international students, because you will meet every international students that will spend a year or two in Centrale. And because you will have intensive French language courses, you will be able to visit Marseille with other students, French students, international students. They will hold a welcome party, and they will bring you to shop in order for you to settle down or to open a bank account or things like that. So it's very beneficial. Thank you very much. I'm done.
Yes, Alice, thank you very much. So welcome to Centrale Marseille. And now we are going to go to the